Hi, I'm George. I'm the Chassis Engineering Brand Manager here at Heights, and I'm going to show you some chassis engineering engine mounts. So the chassis engineering engine mounts are a three-piece system instead of a two-piece, which makes them really versatile and really adaptable. So you've got your engine mount that bolts directly to the block, you got your cushions, and you got your frame mount. So here's an example of a universal frame mount. These just typically weld to a boxing plate or just weld right to the frame. All of our systems use the same cushion. It's a biscuit type cushion. They have this cupped washer. It has a lip here at the bottom, so it just locks into the frame mount. And then the cushion sits in that cup there. The cushions have a retaining ring around the outside, and they have a washer impermeated on the inside, so it keeps them nice and uniform. Then your engine mount just sits right on top of the cushion. It just bolts all together. You have the small cushion that goes on the bottom. It's got a little lip that locks into the bottom there, so it keeps it all in place. If you have a wider frame, you can just use a longer engine mount. It'll have a longer tongue, or if you have a narrower frame, just shorten the tongue. And then the frame mount also, you can just cut that to the length that you need. When you're trying to determine which width frame adapters or which width engine mount you want to use, what you want to do is measure between your frame rails or your mounting surfaces on your frame. Let's say you've got 25 inches between your frame rails. I would use a 19-inch mount. So you're gonna subtract 19 from 25. You got 6 inches to work with. So you want to cut your frame mounts. So from the center of this big hole to where it welds to the frame is going to be 3 inches. So that way when you come from the frame in 3 inches on each side, you're going to be 19 inches center to center on your frame mounts. And that way they'll match up with your engine mounts that are bolted to the block. Let's say your frame is a little wider. Let's say it's 27. Then you would have a couple extra inches to work with. You could cut your frame mounts to 4 inches, but you're going to be hanging it out there a little further. So I would go with a wider engine mount, like a 22-inch. That way you can cut these so they're 2.5 inches coming in. So you're closer to the frame. You're centering the weight between the frame rails nicely. We have these available in a variety of styles. We have some different universal frame adapters. This is for a boxed frame. This type is also for a boxed frame. They're just a different style. These are nice because you can step it up, step it down. You can cut this at an angle to shift it forward or back. We have different options for different situations. The engine mounts for the block, we've got a really wide variety of engines. And of course, they're built in the US, they're good quality. And if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of us. We're glad to help walk you through it and help you determine what is going to fit best for your application.